Fast trackers, hello. Check me out of my golfing gear. It doesn't look good out there though. It's dark and it's, according to the map, it's wet. So I might go back to bed. Well, welcome to another fast track session, and today I've got no idea what I'm going to do. So if you've got something to say, let me know. G'day, Stephen. Stephen, I haven't listened to the golfing thing yet, and I haven't played golf for a month, so I'm going to do it. I've got to look it up. You've taken the trouble. I will look it up, and I haven't even managed to get out and hit a ball for a month, so it's been a bit of a funny time. How are you? Good? That's good. Today I was just going to do music fun. You know, just when you sit down at the piano, what do? Most people want to just enjoy themselves. If you want to get spiritual about it, some people say that playing music is like talking to God. Well, it's interesting, isn't it? Because it's sort of worldwide, the whole music thing. No one can really say exactly what it is. It's sound, but it can be very moving, emotional for us all, and it can be happy, it can be fun, it can be physical, it can be nostalgic. There's all sorts of things. Like if I play something like this. Some people might say, I know that. That sounds familiar. I know that. And hardcore 60s baby boomers would say, yeah, that's an old Beatles song called All My Loving. Others might not really know. That just sounds slightly familiar. And therefore, baby boomers might get a little bit nostalgic about it. And I've been playing a lot of Beatles stuff lately, just having fun with it, you know. Having a bit of music fun. Okay, I've got a few people ask me things. Donald Horn has asked me about how to get the right fingers in the right spot. How are you going, everybody? I haven't seen you for a while, and it was hard getting out of bed, I tell you. My son just arrived from Singapore 3 minutes before I hit the broadcast button, so he's downstairs. I'll look forward to seeing him in a few minutes. Right. Don has asked, how do you work out which fingers to use on the black notes? Is that right, Don? Let's have a look. I can't work this thing. I'm trying to get my fingers in the right spot for the flat notes. Okay. Rightio. I'm not sure exactly what that means. Let's pretend that we're playing a piece like okay, so you got to play a couple of black notes there. The first note is a white note. Now, if you want to be able to play the black notes, if you start on this finger here and then you got to go to there, that's a little awkward. So you might be better off putting your thumb on there than having your second finger and your third finger. These three fingers here are very flexible. Those three fingers there you could play most of your music with, you know. Just using those 3 fingers there. So it's probably good that if you're going to go, you go 1 to 2. You have your pointer finger on there. What do you think, Donald? Okay. Hey, Darryl, I'm struggling with left hand independence on training. Okay. 2 hands. They both want to do the same thing, right? They both want to do that. But they don't necessarily want to do something different to one another. Probably the first thing that you're doing different to one another would be something like be able to do that. I mean, that sounds ridiculous, but that's something you can try. The next thing you could try is just to play, say, 1 note in the left hand and the chord in the right. And if it's too hard, you just slow down. That's important. If it's too hard, slow down. You've got to remember that. I forget it all the time. Because we're human beings. We want it, and we want it now. But we can't have it now. We've got to slow down and savor it and get it into our bodies so we know what we're doing. Listen, Boogie Woogie is probably the most popular thing that I've got on my website. Well, it definitely is. And it needs independence. One hand does one thing, the other hand does the other. Otherwise it'd be... do one thing in this hand and another thing in this hand. Okay. So some exercises for getting hand independence. Well, Boogie Woogie's fantastic for that. If you learn to do this in the left hand. Now, for those who are, shall we say, not children anymore, and are just learning the piano in your retirement years, that can be hard. That can be hard. So you've just got to practice it. Just the fact of having that little gap there can be difficult. Then you try and do something different in the right hand. Maybe the same note over and over again at the same time. Just see if you can do that. Then try and do it on just that finger and that finger. Another thing is just playing nice chords in the left hand. If you've got a C chord, and the right hand, you just dabble about. But that's pretty easy. It becomes hard when your left hand's got to do something melodic, and your right hand's doing something melodic. Hey, Thomas, you just finished lesson number 10. That's brilliant. That's fantastic news. I recently did 11 to 20, so if you're really keen, you can have a look at that too. And I'm going to put a whole bunch of classic songs to Boogie Woogie. Things like Amazing Grace. Let's see. I won't add all those extra bits, but maybe I could have different levels, hey? So you have level 1 of Amazing Grace doing Boogie Woogie would be... Okay, so that could be level 1, which is hard enough as it is. Level 2 could be, I could add some extra little bits to make it sound a bit more funky, hey? Let's see. Something like that. There could be all sorts of different levels. If you're interested in that, let me know. Good on you, Thomas. Yeah, have a look at the site. You might notice that I've got music fun down there written for today's lesson. Look, it's Monday morning here, and on Saturday night, I think it was. Saturday night, I sat up here. It might have been Friday night as well. I sat up here and played the piano over here. Man, I had a ball. I still love playing the piano, and sometimes I think, gee whiz, how much I've improved since I was a young lad. I can remember just sitting there and just playing. When I first started playing the piano, I was playing some little thing like this. Oh, black notes. That's right. That's right, I did that. I was about 16. I just love doing that. Found out later it was more or less the Moonlight Sonata, but never mind. But that chord progression's a classic, isn't it? It's a bit similar to yeah, My Guitar Gently Weeps. What a great little tune that is. G'day, Edward. How you going? I'm interested in Boogie Amazing Grace. I'm on level 16. Fantastic, Edward. I should show the classroom, shouldn't I? Have I still got it here? I think I do. I'll put it on. What about that? I wonder where Judith is. I've lost her. She's gone on a summer holiday. I'm a da-da-da-da, summer holiday. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, Judith's gone. I've lost Judith. Judith, come back! Okay. You make it look so easy. Mate, I've been practicing for 40 years. It's been really interesting. I have all sorts of characters come into this place and they ask me to do all sorts of things, and sometimes I can do it, sometimes I can't. And if I can't, I practice until I can. That's basically it, really. So it's, necessity is the mother of invention, as they say. So if you need to do something, then you learn to do it. Or you don't. Okay. Say hello, folks. We've got 12 people watching. It's your show. Let me know what you'd like to do. Fun things. Fun things. I love to play on the piano. Better watch out for that coffee there. I more than anything, I just like mucking around. Just playing stuff, you know. So, what do we got? I love jazz, I love jazz. The most people who watch me are interested in the Boogie Woogie thing. Yeah, fair enough. But maybe you might like to break out into jazz one time. Here's a nice little jazz tune. How's the next bit go? Autumn leaves. How much should you practice? I've got a little bit of paper on the wall behind me over there. I'll just go and get it. Oh, I can smell bacon. My beautiful wife is cooking bacon for our son who's just got off the plane from Singapore. Okay, here's a piece of paper. I don't know if you can read that. It says, should I be practicing now? Or should you be practicing right now? It's got several little columns here. I'll just read out the first column. The first column. Are you a musician? Yes. Go practice. Are you a musician? No, I'm not a musician. Okay, find an instrument you like and start practicing. The next column says, is there someone better than you? If the answer is yes, keep practicing. If the answer is no, find someone better than you, keep practicing. There's always someone better than you. Next line, you just finished practicing. Go to bed, wake up, keep practicing. And the last one, you are practicing now. Okay, if you're practicing now, good. Don't stop. So in answer to your question, try to practice for 5-10 minutes a day, but it turns into an hour or so. Just do what feels good to you. You know, we've got a grandson who's nearly a year old now. Now, nobody tells him to practice, but he is getting up and standing up. Now, it takes him, he's not even a year, and he's almost standing up on his own. So he just keeps practicing until he gets it right. Somewhere along the line, as we get older, we don't have that will to do something quite as much as that. Who knows why? I was talking to my wife about it, and she said maybe we were so encouraged to do things when we were so younger that we really kept trying. And as you, what's that? I think a string just broke on my guitar over there. And somewhere along the line, we need encouragement. Everybody needs encouragement. That's probably why you're watching me right now, is because you need encouragement to do it. Otherwise, you do it on your own. Some people need a coach to make them do the exercises, so they go to a gym class. Some people don't, like me. I'd rather not pay someone to tell me to do stuff like that. I'd do it myself. right? So we're all different. We're all different. We all need encouragement somehow. My encouragement for doing my exercises is at 7:30 I do my exercise, at 8 o'clock I do my exercise, and 8:30 I do my exercise. If it's raining. If it's not raining, then I'll go for my walk. So that's my encouragement. Some people just do whatever they like whenever they want to, and that's fine too. If you've got plenty of time on your hands and you're free enough to do that, whatever suits you. One thing, I do believe that little bits, short bits, are better than really long bits. Sitting there for hours trying to get something right. I think sometimes it's better just to do a bit, then go away and come back and do it again. It's up to you. Because we need things to soak into our subconscious. So it's like me trying to remember the lyrics of the songs that I got to sing in the band. If I just say it over and over again, it mightn't necessarily help that much. So I just do it once or twice, and then I'll do it again the next day and see if it just pops back. And let it come in. But because the piano is such a physical activity and you've got to get your fingers to actually move, probably for all beginners, it's really good that you just do what I call the crab. You put your hand there, C, D, E, F, G, and you just sit there and play up and down. Watch TV if you want to. Turn the volume off. Just turn the volume off. If you're playing a keyboard. I've got a few students who've got hands, they've got splints on their arms, and they come here to just to get dexterity and keep their hands working. So that's good. And it's good for your independence too. For this hand to do something that's different to this hand. Hello, Caroline and Tiggergy. It's a long time since I've seen you up there. How are you? Now listen, I've only got 8 minutes, so feel free to ask me a question in the remaining 8 minutes. So practice. Practice is a great word because practice makes your dream come true. Yeah. One of the best tips I can tell you is if you're having trouble getting frustrated, like I used to get extremely frustrated when I was younger and get quite angry, which is not a good thing. So it's because you're trying to play it too fast. Just slow down. Slow everything down as slower than slow. So your brain has got a chance to take it all in. And then you can do it. Keep the faith. Okay. Nobody mentioned Autumn Leaves. You don't like jazz? Maybe you like the blues. You there, Coral Lee? Yeah, there's all sorts of different little scales on here that you can have fun with. Like I've showed you many times, just putting your foot on the pedal and just play the black notes. That's fun. Just do it. Go off on a little story of your own. Here's another one. Play oh look, I was mucking around the other night, just starting on these 3 notes here. A flat, B flat, and C. And I had second finger, third finger in there, and I played an A flat down here, and I was just mucking around, you know. And I gradually added one more note as well up the A flat major scale. There we go. I'm not doing much. It's what you do. It's how you do it. Make it every note count, as if it's got some sort of meaning. You're not just prattling like that person on the phone, on the train, on the way to work. Blah, blah, blah. Try to make every note. Now I'm going to go up higher to this one. See, I'm gradually getting up. One. See, I'm just having fun. I'm just having fun. But I do know I'm keeping it, there's a system in there. And the system is I'm only using the notes from the A flat major scale. I just started here because my fingers fell on there on Friday night. And I just dabbled. And I came up with the concept of, okay, dabble, and then add one more note, then add another note, then go up higher. And you're telling a bit of a story then. It's not just blah, 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 blah. Well, you might have thought it was a bit blah, 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 but hopefully you could hear that there was something developing there. And in the left hand, I'm just mucking around on those notes in that scale. Yeah. We're nearly finished, folks. I've got 3 more minutes. Hi, Darryl. Do you know Vienna Waltz? Hum me a few bars. Hartmut? Hum me a few bars. Blue Danube. Okay, so there you go. What'd you think of that? See, I might be a bit different to most people. A lot of people play the piano because they want to play tunes that they recognize and mean something to them. Fair enough. I think most of us are like that. Then there are the others who want to go and explore something else, their own music. Because every piece of music that you have fallen in love with, that you like to play, has come from someone who's just sat down and dabbled like that. They didn't go to a song shop somewhere and buy it and no one else knows about it. They have made it up from themselves. Now, where do ideas come from? I'm not sure, but have a go. It's so exciting to be able to sit down and make up your own stuff. I'd like to encourage people to do that. Sure, you can learn to play Fur-Elise. Work hard at it like the other 5 billion people that have tried to play it, and that's fine. And you just work hard at it until you can get it right. But there's music sitting right there for you now, just to sit there and muck around. In fact, I played a chord last night by accident. Holy smokes, what's that? It's a C9 in the right hand and funny notes in the left. That excites me. There's something new. It's like discovering something new as I walk out the front door of my house and go, I've never noticed that before. And it's been there the whole time. It's just sitting there in front of you. Music fun. Hopefully I've given you a few ideas today. Have a look at my website. When am I back on again? Well, Well, next week I'm actually going to be seeing my parents again. So once again, I'm not going to be on. The best way to find out is to go on to is to put a reminder on the Fast Track Live. If you go to the Fast Track Live on my channel and just hit the reminder button, I'll decide after this show when the next one will be, and then you get a reminder. Yeah, I do get a reminder. Well, I've got 14 people watching, but nobody's saying much, so I presume you just have been enjoying what I've been saying and showing you a few tricks. What about that chord? Yuck. It was exciting last night. Everything has its place. You have a wonderful day, and hopefully I'll see you again some other time. Don't forget to check out if you're into the Boogie Woogie, check out my website and subscribe to the website, and then you'll be up to date with everything. Okay, you have a great day. See you later.